stars.
Hey there, hope you're having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods. This is Michael Does Life, and I want to thank you, before we get started, folks, I want to thank you so kindly for joining me here as we continue to talk about this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3. We got some really exciting stuff to talk about, so without further ado, folks, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, a few days ago, Capcom has deployed a survey, and they're looking for fan feedback on this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2. Now, you might be wondering, well, how does that kind of correlate to the Resident Evil 3 remake? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to explain that in just a second, but I implore everyone, even if you're not really keen on a Resident Evil 3 remake, which if that's the case, I don't know why you're here, but I implore every single Resident Evil fan to do this survey. I will put a link down below to Capcom's official Resident Evil Twitter page where you can find the survey. It only takes a few minutes to complete the survey. I completed the survey and I was very honest about how I felt about this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2, and really, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for honest, crucial feedback to help mold future titles, including the Resident Evil 3 remake. And as you can see here, it kind of asks you some stuff about this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2, what you liked, what you didn't necessarily like, rate this, rate that. And again, you don't want to just throw away this stuff. You don't want to just fill out stuff that you're not, again, be honest here. This is, again, a form where feedback is crucial because they're going to take this feedback, they're going to collect this feedback and say, okay, this is what people liked about this all-new edition of Resident Evil. Oh, this is what people didn't necessarily like about this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2. You know what I mean? So be honest here. But, and this is where it gets really interesting, folks, at the very end of the survey, just before you're done, they have an additional comments box where you're free to speak your mind. And you know what I did? I took this opportunity to say, hey, Capcom, I want to see an all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3. So I typed in Resident Evil 3 Remake and I clicked submit. And I implore everyone else to do the same. I'm serious. If you guys want to see this all-new edition of Resident Evil 3, let them know. This is your direct line of communication to Capcom. Let them know, folks. Hell, even if you're clamoring for a Dino Crisis remake, let them know right there. This is our opportunity to come together as a Resident Evil community and to say, hey, Capcom, we are clamoring for a Resident Evil 3 remake. And I'm sorry about getting so excited about this, but this is the time. And I really appreciate you guys and the support that you show, not only for my Resident Evil 3 remake videos, but just the Resident Evil community in general. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of you are clamoring for a Resident Evil 3 remake, and I'm going to do my part using my platform that I've built over the years to say, hey, look, Capcom, we're going strong and we're going hard, because right now we're in this cooldown phase. Right now, people are kind of finishing up this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2, and they're moving on to other games. And that's not necessarily to say that this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2 is dying. It's just people are moving on to other games, and that happens with every game. So that's where I come in. I'm coming in and I'm pushing really hard and I'm pushing really strong, and I'm going to be very, very proactive here about seeing an all-new edition of Resident Evil 3, because clearly you guys are clamoring for a remake, and this survey is coming out at a prime opportunity. Folks, do what you can and fill that survey out. Even if you've done it already, maybe do it again and let Capcom know that, hey, we want to see an all-new edition of Resident Evil 3. So, like I said multiple times throughout this video, fill that survey out. It's an official survey by Capcom. It only takes a few minutes, and it is crucial feedback for Capcom to gather as they can mold the future of the Resident Evil franchise, and more specifically, the Resident Evil 3 remake. I appreciate all of you for watching, tuning in, subscribing, sharing these videos, hitting that like button. You guys mean the world to me, and it just shows Capcom that the support is there and that we can really push hard and strong with these Resident Evil 3 remake videos. Stay tuned. If you're new here, please consider subscribing for more Resident Evil 3 remake coverage, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.